Taxpayers who are currently participating in an offshore voluntary disclosure program do have the option of requesting transitional treatment under one of the streamlined programs. That is to say, a taxpayer who has not yet received and executed a closing agreement or opted out of the program and received a notice of audit can request that they be treated like the taxpayers who are submitting documents under the streamlined program. However, taxpayers who have already submitted their documents through an offshore voluntary disclosure program will not get all the same benefits as those taxpayers who are submitting directly into the streamlined program. Taxpayers requesting transitional treatment under the Offshore Voluntary Disclosure Program will still be subject to an 8-year disclosure period. That means the 5% penalty related to the streamlined program will be calculated based on the 8-year disclosure period rather than the 6-year disclosure period related to the streamlined program. Additionally, taxpayers requesting transitional treatment under a current offshore voluntary disclosure program will still be subject to tax-related penalties. That is to say, in addition to paying the tax and interest related to the 8-year disclosure period, they will be required to pay accuracy-related penalties, failure to file penalties, and failure to pay penalties. Taxpayers requesting transitional treatment can be denied that treatment. The process following that denial would be basically just like you had never requested that treatment. You would proceed with the offshore voluntary disclosure program as if it had never happened. You would still have the option to opt out to request a complete waiver of penalties. However, a denial of transitional treatment is likely a good indicator of how your opt-out might go. Though there will be a committee that reviews requests for transitional treatment, there will be no appeals process related to a denial of a request for transitional treatment. To request transitional treatment, taxpayers currently participating in an offshore voluntary disclosure program must submit a certification letter similar to the one required under the streamlined procedures. This letter summarizes many of the facts that are detailed in the disclosure documents. However, in addition, requires that the facts and circumstances of the taxpayer be laid out in more detail relative to the non-willful penalty guidelines.